Welcome back to the channel. Thai Airways are retiring aircraft. Boeing has confirmed orders across a very busy month, and Finnair is restarting flights to Canada. Want to begin with aircraft retirements, with Thai Airways confirming its own intention to retire additional fleet types in the future, aiming for really what it calls greater fleet simplification. Talk of the airline's removal of several fleet types follows comments shared by the airline's CEO in an interview with Bangkok Business. However, the removal of fleet types is something that's been on the cards for far longer than this just most recent report, as Thai Airways has taken necessary steps to begin renewing its business, and obviously with that, phasing out some of its older aircraft. Two notable types expected to depart within the next few years are within the Boeing 777 family. That includes the existing 777-200ER that has helped fuel international connectivity. Additionally, the departure of the A330 family is expected. This is another aging fleet type that is seen as surplus to requirements. Certainly, this will be highlighted when more of your new aircraft are delivered across the business. The Thailand-based carrier has already removed many other aircraft, and this includes more of your quad-engine types ranging from the A340, 747 and A380. These aircraft families, which were prevalent across the 2010s, were replaced with more efficient planes. Although their removal certainly came with drawbacks, and that was a capacity reduction, it was a move deemed necessary to stabilise the brand. Ultimately, there is still work to be done before Thai Airways can achieve the desired fleet makeup. However, the necessary steps, like I keep saying, are being taken to accomplish this goal. In the coming years, as fleet types retire, Thai Airways will continue to forge a new pathway for itself, really focusing on growth. Thai Airways, however, has not been immune to struggles across recent times, and its financial position will continue to remain in focus. Therefore, the business's growth must be conducted in a sustainable manner. If growth cannot be achieved sustainably, long-term success is not something it can guarantee. It's something it would like to guarantee, and that's exactly why it's doing everything in a calculated manner. As global air travel continues to be on the rise, not just in the short term, but even if you're looking into the 2030s and beyond, Thai Airways believes it has a pretty vital role to play in capturing that demand, certainly for its home country of Thailand. By the end of this year, they hope to have 90 planes in their fleet, this number expected to grow even more so over the next decade, where they hope to reach 150 active planes in the operation. Additionally, they're going to place greater focus on the development of their wide-body fleet. This is specifically seen through the 787 as more and more planes are delivered and international capacity can be added to emerging, new and existing markets. Over to the next story, and it's been a very busy last month for Boeing, with the plane maker reporting over 300 aircraft orders, one of its strongest months in recent times. In fact, that order book reached 303 in total. This is the sixth highest monthly order tally, representing the work that has been conducted to turn around its fortunes over recent times. Boeing's strong performance was aided by the US presence across the Middle East during a trade visit, which saw several major orders confirmed. While there was a strong focus on the order tally, which was solid given Boeing's troubles, significant progress was also made in rebuilding its production. Boeing was also able to ensure that it rolled out 38 of the 737 MAX jets, which is a milestone moment as it rebuilds production and attempts to show the Federal Aviation Administration, or more commonly referred to as the FAA, why it has truly turned a corner, is on the improve, and eventually why it should be allowed to see a production cap eased ever so slightly. If you haven't had the chance to keep up to date with the latest orders that Boeing has reported in May, or you'd just like a bit of a refresher, arguably the biggest came from Qatar Airways, based in Doha, with the company committing to 210 planes, and the crazy thing, all of them are for wide-body types. The deal represented the largest ever from the carrier and set a record for Boeing as their largest wide-body aircraft order as well. Boeing confirming that 130 of the Dreamliners were included, alongside a deal for additional 777X jets, this upcoming fleet type to be really important for Qatar Airways. Included in the contract were, yes, firm orders, but on top of that, some options, should the company wish to activate these at a later date to, say, meet any available demand that it believes it it still would have the potential to act on. Etihad Airways were next, with a purchase of more aircraft in a bid to develop their Journey 2030 endeavours, which focus on the rapid expansion of the fleet network and employee base. The carrier confirmed that 28 787 and 777X jets were ordered to enhance their long-haul fleet capabilities and increase their backlog. Don't worry though, it wasn't just wide-body types. The efficient but also often scrutinised 737 MAX was ordered as part of a new commitment from Aviation, a global aircraft lessor. The deal included up to 30 737 MAX jets, with the 737-8 model selected as the middle ground to really support the leading aircraft lessor's customer requirements. Specifically for this deal, the split included 20 firm units and options for 10 more. Should its customers require them at a later date, it has the option to act on that. Away from the Middle East, WestJet, a Canadian company, confirmed its enhancement towards the 737 MAX, with 7 additional units expected to be taken on. Over to the final story, where Finnair has confirmed it'll return to Canada for the first time in over a decade. The Finnish carrier will offer 3 weekly flights from May the 4th, 2026 to Toronto. Those flights are going to be originating out of its hub in Helsinki. Since Finnair last flew to Canada, it is safe to say a lot has happened. In fact, the last time they served Toronto was for the 2015 summer schedule, which was when I started this YouTube channel. Quite incredible. Now the route will be offered across Mondays, Wednesdays, and Sundays, and is part of Finnair's attempts to increase their coverage of North America. Obviously, Canada represents a significant part of the North American region, and reinstating the country as the destination will be crucial for travel moving forward and meeting the available levels of demand. Finnair states that it has observed a growing interest in travel to and from Canada. Yes, also centres around coming to Finland specifically and European neighbouring countries. Toronto, being the largest city in the country, is also home to the country's commercial and financial lifeblood. It's why it has become such an appealing location for the airline to serve. They believe they will be able to capitalise on those aforementioned assets, and they feel they can bring a lot of strong passenger load factors when the service does commence. Throughout 2025, one of the more pressing concerns has obviously been the trajectory of demand into specific locations, and that would certainly be highlighted through the ongoing political unrest in the United States and how your airlines are going to respond to this, as well as what their data is showing them. In April of this year, Finnair confirmed that while it was very much vigilant about the developing situation across the USA, it saw growth continuing at a steady rate and demand remaining solid. In February, there were increases in the number of passengers carried across the routes, and the summer schedule was still forecasted to see capacity growth across key cities. For this airline, the importance is really on diversifying its traffic, and that is why I mention the United States, despite this segment being on Canada. It can't rely on strictly one market, and if it can develop its services in North America on a whole, and that includes diving back into Canada, then it's absolutely a choice it's going to make. Confirming once more for you that Finnair will return to Canada for the summer 2026 season, enabling them to have greater diversification of the services that they offer, and ensuring that there is continued development of their route network. Keen to hear your take on any of the stories. Let me know. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you tomorrow.